Going to the co-main event of the evening, I think we're gonna have one of the most high-level fights in UFC history in these last two fights. The first one up is going to be Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Champ Merab, obviously, he's now plus 250. So he opened up at plus 170. People have been just going with Umar. Now there's been a little bit of a buyback here. Umar, obviously everyone's going with him. He has that Nurmagomedov name. Yeah, I've been doing a pretty deep thought on this fight because this fight's another one of those where most likely it's going to go decision, and Merab is just the king of decision. I mean, I don't know if this guy. I don't remember the last time this guy has lost a decision in the UFC. Probably never, honestly. Let me just go check that. I think everybody knows his game at this point. So he did lose a split decision in his first fight, where he got 11 takedowns, but that was 7 years ago. So obviously he improved much since then. And ever since then, he's just been, going with the machine wave decisions. He did knock out Marlon Moraes, but that's about it. So in a fight where I think it's most likely going to decision, I mean, it's tough not to factor that in when trying to pick who's going to win this fight. I think that overall, I'm probably going to go with Umar still. And the reason why is that I think that Umar presents a challenge that is a little bit different than some of the fighters that Merab has fought so far. If you look at, I think the fight that he had the most doubt in, right, where he had, I think, one of the most trouble, I do think that it was still that Sean O'Malley fight. Obviously, even though Henry Cejudo rocked him, quote unquote, maybe, took a round off him, but this is going to be a 5-round type fight, so we have to kind of factor that in. In Merab's 5-round fights, Sean O'Malley has given him the most trouble. I think that for what Merab did to Sean O'Malley, taking him down 6 times out of 15, controlling for 10 minutes, I don't see that happening against Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, Umar has that wrestling background. He's not a striker like Sean O'Malley, although he is a pretty good striker, and he's more of a striker than, let's say, Habib or even Islam. He just has that Dagestani wrestling, and I think that he's going to use that to his advantage in this matchup because on the feet, let's not get it twisted, it's not close at all. I don't think it's a really close fight on the feet. Umar is a much better kicker than Merab, a much better striker overall than Merab. The only thing that Merab really has in this fight is his cardio, pressure. That's pretty much it. Even in the wrestling technique and whatnot, I think that he is a better wrestler than Umar just because he commits so much to it. But Umar can wrestle too. Umar can grapple too. He's not a zero in that sphere like, Sean O'Malley might have been. Sean O'Malley is not the best grappler. He was more so just surviving. I don't think that Umar is just going to get pushed against the fence or get taken down and control for 10 minutes. I think he might get taken down multiple times throughout the fight, but he's going to be able to get back up. Merab does not have the best control time either. The reason why he's getting all these takedowns is because people are getting back up, right? So you have to imagine that a person like Umar Nurmagomedov, who so far, hey, if you want to go by the stats, 100% takedown defense, has never been taken down yet. I know that that's a little different. Obviously, he hasn't fought anyone near the level of Merab in terms of grappling, but this is going to be a tough test for Merab as well. And I think that the gap on the feet is just too wide for me. So I feel like Umar is going to decision him. I do. And I think that it was tough saying that because Merab in a 5-round fight is just so hard to go against him. And I picked the lesson too. I picked Sean O'Malley to knock out Merab. Obviously, that didn't happen. I don't think that's going to happen this time. But I do think that we're going to get an Umar 48-47, 49-46, something like that. And I think he's going to be the new champion because the way that he blends MMA, mixes all the martial arts, like Habib mentioned, I mean, I think that that's just truly special in this division. I think he has it all. This is going to be his first test to really show the world that he is the most skilled 135er. I've been keeping a close tab on this guy ever since he entered the UFC, and even when he first entered, I thought that he was going to be the future champ, and I'm not going to let that dissuade my decision making here. I think that no one really beats him in that division for now, and yeah, I'm going with Umar via decision. If we look at the odds, he's minus 300 right now. I wouldn't mind having him a couple parlays or so. Maybe the over 2.5 could be a little better. Minus 280, over 4.5 rather. Decision minus 125. I don't really like those odds, even though I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe a stab at this could be good, but yeah, I think his money line and maybe the over could be good potential plays. But I would go Umar via decision for my pick here.